How's it going, guys? It is SpideyDickHost64 back here again with yet another NASCAR news discussion video. And, in this video is a little bit different. Basically, with this one, I'm basically going to show my face. Got my Chase Elliott hat on. I got this at the Auto Club Speedway, and I'm just wearing a Nike shirt. Anyways, let's just get straight into this video. Basically, I'm basically going to share my thoughts on the Food City 500 of Bristol. I'm going to share my opinions on the race and what I think of it, and what are my expectations for the next few races, which is Richmond and Talladega. Let's first go over the race itself. So this race, So Kyle Busch started on the pole of this race, and Kurt Busch was supposed to start next to him, but he crashed during practice, and that ultimately put him in the back of the field. And then what's next? So in the beginning of the race, lap number 1. Or lap number 4, Michael McDowell gets into spins and wrecks a lot of cars. Chase Elliott, Mark Truex Jr., there's a couple of them. Like DJ Kennington, I know one of them. But, Chase Elliott's bad luck keeps on continuing. Seriously, Chase Elliott has had so much bad luck this season so far. I don't want to say it's for the whole season, but it's throughout the whole entire first half of the season. But hopefully he can get a good finish. Hopefully he can win. Hey, maybe he can even win at Talladega. Since we don't need to worry about these stupid ass Camaros and whatnot, which I'll talk about that later on. But yeah. And anyways, then the race was delayed because of rain. There was a red flag. There was a couple red flags. I don't know, but yeah, there's like a red flag for that one. And then I think then there was another wreck with Ryan Blaney, and then he trying to get past the lap cars because Trevor Bayne caused it. Understand why? Trevor Bayne still has right of Roush Fenway Racing. It's about time you put Ryan Reed in that car. Yeah. And then Brad Keselowski wins stage 1. Right? And then this is where the race will be postponed until Monday, which was today. I did record the race so I can watch the whole entire thing. I originally just wanted to stay home and watch the race, but then, crazy story today, and that is, I thought we were supposed to do important stuff today at school, but instead, we basically had to split classes. Yeah, we had to split classes, which, I don't know if, GoGMD has said that yet, but, basically I had to do that. I'm like, just stayed home and watched the Bristol race. But you know what? I was off YouTube for a good couple hours. Not to look at the highlights because I know there's gonna be a lot of notifications on it. But then then the Monday part of the race then begins. It is windy outside. Man. Yeah, it is wind. Yeah, it's windy outside. So that's why you may hear it. I don't know, but I don't know if we'll pick it up. But So basically, the first half begins, and must I say, this race, from this point on, this race was absolute. We had a battle for the leads, between Kyle Busch, and Kyle Larson, which was pretty good to see. And also, what else? Brad Keselowski wins stage 2. And then it was up to the final stage, which, to be honest, for me, I thought was going to be, which it was a very long stage, but it went very fast, so yeah, I always, the last parts of the Bristol race of this race is always long, so yeah, but also um. And there were a couple wrecks after that, like one with Reed Sorensen and whatnot. I'm not gonna go over now. These are the only ones I remember. I'm basically want to talk about the race, so I'm basically recapping the race. The important stuff. So then we have. So yeah, and then so yeah, and there was a lot of drivers who were up there, trying to do something like Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace did great today. He did absolutely great. You know, he led the first laps of his career. And to be honest, if I were NASCAR right now, I already give him Rookie of the Year because he's already proving to be a pretty good rookie. I thought he was gonna get a top 5 finish, but then he slowly faded back. I think this was when. I think it was one of the commentators who said, I don't know who was it, but I think it was either Jeff Gordon or Darrell Waltrip saying that the tires were wearing down. The tires were wearing down, and that shot Bubba Wallace back to the lead. And also, Bubba Wallace, he could have maybe won his first ever race if he could have kept his lead for a couple laps because NASCAR called a caution because of rain, and if that rain were to just go on and on and on, you know, for a little bit, hell, even until nighttime, they could have just called the race. But yeah, that didn't happen though. But yeah, and then we come to the final parts of the race. Brad Keselowski broke his suspension or something like that. He faded back, and Kyle Busch, he needed tires, so he basically just he stayed, his tires were wearing down, and then it came to the final caution, and it was a battle for the lead. And it was a battle for the lead. I'm serious. And also, Kyle Busch gave Kyle Larson the bump and run Bristol move, which, to be honest, I have not seen that at all. Plus, I have to agree with other people saying that the old Bristol is back. Yes, I have to agree to that. This is my first ever time watching actually a good race, like an actual good race, like seriously, the texture that Bristol put on the track, that's made the racing very very good, so yeah, but yeah, anyways, so in the end, so yeah, basically Kyle Busch gives Kyle Larson the bump and run, and ultimately Kyle Busch wins 2 races in a row at Bristol. Well, he won at Texas, and then he won at Bristol. So does that mean he's gonna win another? So yeah, but most likely he won't win Richmond. You know, but but yeah, another 2 in a row for Kyle Busch. So yeah, that increases his points build up. So yeah, I still hate him though. It could have been. Kyle Larson, man, he should have won this race. I mean, seriously, I have massive respect for Kyle Larson. Could have gotten his new sponsor, McDonald's, to Victory Lane, which I'm glad that I did not mistake him for Jimmy McMurray because I think that's the same McDonald's paint scheme. I don't even freaking know, but yeah. So what else to talk about? So yeah, Kyle Busch wins the race, and wins the race 2 in a row. And yeah, so after this, I'm gonna give you the race results, and we'll talk about them. All right, so I got the phone right here, and then let's just take a look at the finishing results. So Kyle Busch finishes first. Kyle Larson second, Jimmy Johnson third. First top 5 finish of the year. So, definitely, definitely Chevrolet building up their game, but I don't know how well this will affect, but, how well this will be, but yeah, anyways. Fourth is Ricky Stenhouse Jr., good run for him. Fifth comes Alex Bowman, good run for the 88 team. We have Kevin Harvick in 7th, Clint Boyer 8th, Joey Logano 9th, and then 10th, Ryan Newman. So there you go. And then that's the top 10. And then you got Daniel Suarez. Yeah, Daniel Suarez. He basically drove a race car with a broken thumb. If you guys didn't know that Daniel Suarez broke his thumb at Texas in a wreck. Yeah, so, yeah. Then we got David Reagan, good run for him. Paul Menard, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon. Bubba Wallace finished the 16th. A. Allmendinger 17th. William Byron, Jimmy McMurray, Landon Castle 20th for the Starcom Racing Team. 21st, Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Trevor Bayne, Corey LaJoie, Eric Jones. I thought Eric Jones was gonna be good at Bristol, but I don't know what happened to him. So yeah, and then he's got DJ Kennington, Ty Dillon, Chase Elliott, DNF for Martrix Jr., and then Gray Galding, and then the finishing results for all DNFs: Reed Sorensen, Chad Fitchum, Casey Kane, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, Harrison Rhodes, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain. Also, 39 cars were able to compete at the race. So, that's pretty good, I want to see more drivers compete, which so far it's only been 37 or 38, which I want to see more drivers be in the field. So, yeah. So, anyways, what do I think of this race? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a really, really good race. I think it may be the best race of the season so far. Because of what the track Bristol was able to do, was able just to make this race perfect. The bump and run move. I have to agree with the other people. The old Bristol is back, baby. So, yeah. And before I talk about Chase Elliott's bad luck, I'm going to also talk about the attendance-wise. Attendance-wise for this race was not really the best, but really obviously it's because people, for Sunday, not many people showed up because, one, they know it's going to rain, and two, we have not had a good crowd at Bristol in a while, Which, man, I want to see a good crowd at Bristol, okay? Which most likely people will show up for the night race. I know that for sure. Let's try to get that race packed. Let's try to get that race packed. So far, the only race that's been sold out this season was the Daytona 500, which, in my opinion, really, that race was terrible. That race was bad. So, yeah. The best races so far this season has to be Bristol. This is how I rank the races so far this season. Bristol's number 1. Auto Club second. Then Martinsville. And then Phoenix, Texas, Atlanta, Las Vegas, and then Daytona. So Daytona, for me, is the worst race of the season so far. Now let's talk about Chase Elliott's bad luck. So, yeah, Chase Elliott, his bad luck keeps continuing, which, let's just go over his bad luck. So, his speed weeks, he crashes out of the Clash, and then, what else, and then, he wins the Can-Am Duel, which, that's pretty good, Rex in the Daytona 500 by Brad Keselowski. Atlanta, an okay run. What else? Las Vegas, Kurt Busch, Rexon, but that was on accident. Phoenix, so close to getting that win, but then gets a penalty. And at Auto Club, which was the first race I've ever seen him race in person, he does bad there. And then, Martinsville. So yeah. In Texas, Alan Gustafson fucks him up, which, man, I'm glad Alan Gustafson is suspended, which, I mean, seriously, what has happened to this team? This team used to be Jeff Gore. Well, this Alan Gustafson and his whole entire team was the team who was Jeff Gordon's old team. And what they're doing? Well, one, Alan Gustafson is screwing them up. Chase Dillon needs a better crew chief, I mean, seriously, it's bad enough that Alan Gustafson curses Jeff Gordon out, which I have massive respect for Jeff Gordon, but man, I want to get rid of Alan Gustafson, replace him with another crew chief, a good crew chief that knows how to do things. I'm glad he's suspended, and obviously at Bristol and at Texas, yeah, at Bristol, bad luck keeps continuing. So yeah. Now, what are my expectations for Richmond? So Richmond, a short track race, we need more short track races, and what's good at is a night race. So yeah, that's also pretty good. All good things in one. So yeah. So who will I most likely think will maybe win at Richmond? The only time I've only predicted that a winner has won a race this year was Martin Truex Jr. Auto Club. So yeah. Let's see. I think, you know what? I can say at Richmond, it'll probably be a Penske. But which one? Brad Keselowski. I think Brad Keselowski will win at Richmond. He's good at that track. And it's about time Brad Keselowski wins a race this season. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what you thought of the race. Or did you stay home to watch the race? Or were you like me, where I just went to school and stuff like that? So, yeah, I'm off. I gotta go take a shower and then go to sleep, and, yeah. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye.